Live from an undisclosed location that seems to change every time we mention it. It's the Super Lilly Brothers! With your hosts, Cam and Christian. Featuring Windwaker. And special guest topic, our favorite slashers. Now here are Cam and Christian Lilly.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, hey.
We are back.
And we will not be continuing the conversation from the last episode because it's been like 6 months.
6 months.
6 months.
To the day.
Yeah, we hadn't recorded for quite some time, and then I basically called Christian up and burst through the door like Dr. Livesey and went, "Hey!"
This is actually a great reunion we're having in this moment. You don't realize it because you probably just saw the last video, but it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute and a half.
So, yeah, good to be back. Feels like a talk show.
It's good to be back, Christian.
Just completely, like, fake.
We actually freaking hate each other, but we're just nice on camera. You know?
I'm just laughing at whatever you say. It's not far off.
No, they know that that's not the case because you never laugh at what I say.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Almost every time I make a pun, you're like, "You better shut up."
I'll end it right here.
I'll kill your family.
But yeah, we're in October now.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring it up because last year during this time I got really into scary movies.
Oh, okay.
Horror movies in general weren't really something I was super into growing up.
Yeah, me neither.
And then out of nowhere I just was like, maybe like the most recent years, the past like 3 or 4 years, I was just out of nowhere. I just started watching them. I remember watching the 2017 It when it came out.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I really like that. Like,
is that what did it for you? Was that like what changed you into like more of a fan of that kind of stuff? Or
I wouldn't say that. I had some of that, and then I'd also kind of like as like a guilty pleasure, I saw like a lot of the Saw movies because I really liked the first one a lot. And then after that, yeah, I saw It, and I really liked it just because it wasn't really like, it had horror stuff, but it was more of like, it was about like the kids, and I love like those movies that are just like about the kids and they like fight like the monster. It's like a kind of like the Goonies or like the stuff that like the 80s was like crazy about. Yeah,
that was a big thing in the 80s was, hey, let's get a motley crew of kids who live in general quote-unquote America place, small town in America, and one of them is the leader, one of them's the shrimp, one of them's the girl, and one of them's the fat one, and we all go on an adventure.
That's really funny if you think about it, because it's like, it's all these like insanely like threatening like above life like entities that like are like threatening existence of like these individuals, and the thing is it's like, who's gonna stop me? And it's like this group of skinny bullied children is always the people that like end up doing it.
They can't stand up to like Flash Thompson, but
yeah,
like as soon as you get into, oh boy, this is gonna be intense.
Thank God there's no like Spider-Man in this universe or something.
Yeah, they'd be dead. Yeah, wimpy kid with spider power. You know, it would be done.
But yeah, anyway, I was super into that movie, and then just, I mean, I don't know the timeline, but like over time, that was insanely lucky.
That was.
I just started like watching more and more of like the classics. Last year, was kind of like my big month where I just like, it's October, let's just have fun with this thing. And me and a bunch of people just like, we just like watched a bunch of like scary stuff. I watched the Evil Dead movies for the first time.
Oh, okay.
I saw the Conjuring movies, if you've heard of those. And then I also saw the Friday the 13th movies as well.
Oh, okay. See, oh, nice. I'm like you. I was never really into big scary movies, but Megan loves them. Loves them.
Yeah.
So every so often I try and watch a scary movie with her, like for her sake, you know? And I was not successful for a while. Like, I remember Split was really, really advertised as a scary movie, and then we went and we watched it, and it was like...
That was more of a thriller.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, you know, I will say, you know, I have... the one thing of all things that I've kind of gotten into out of nowhere was slasher movies.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's like, I'm not into that sort of stuff, generally speaking. But there's something about a dude with a knife, you know, just really does it for me.
It's just like, there's something like fun about it to me. Because it's like, most of them are like in the 80s. And it's just like, I guess it was probably scary at the time. Mm-hmm. But now it's just like the most like cliche thing ever. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, it's like campy, but it's also just like it's creepy. And it's like the perfect like Halloween feel for me.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, the first Halloween movie, I kind of went into it, because that's the first, like, slasher.
Yeah.
And I kind of went into it with the expectation of, this will be a bad movie. People only like this movie, ironically. And I gotta tell you, and maybe this is just because I went in with such low expectations, but I was wrong. Now, I'm just talking about the first, you know, the 1970, I want to say 78, 79, Halloween movie is like a good it's a good movie.
Yeah, well,
like
that movie
made well.
That movie like revolutionized like horror movies. Like that was the first one, and like I wasn't there, we weren't there, but at the time that was like incredible.
Yeah, well, I was impressed with it in 2020 or whatever it was.
That's because a lot of horror movies now are just like cheap. I mean, I guess it was cheap at the time too, but like they're just like very just like you can make a quick buck by making a movie with like $20 and just have a guy with a knife and people will see it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it's good. Yeah,
I mean, people will literally. It's kind of like Bethesda. They know it's bad and they watch it partially because they know it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the bugs in Bethesda movies, to be clear, but it's like they can just get away with it, But I mean, just simple things like how they made, what's the guy from Halloween?
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers, thank you. How they made.
I love that you brought it up, and then you're like, "What's his name?"
I forgot his name for a second. Michael Myers. I just come up with some random name. Martin Melville, I like how they have him just kind of appear all the time, but they constantly have these wide shots. Like, whenever anything's happening, the camera is way farther away from the action than necessary. And so because of that, I found myself always desperately searching the camera to see if Mike Myers was playing peekaboo with me.
Yeah.
And that, it genuinely gave me a little anxiety because, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think the reason they, did stuff like that is because they literally didn't have the budget to do more than that.
Right.
And
it wasn't like Alien where they had, however many $1 million to make a whole animatronic thing.
Yeah, but, that was really enough. They discovered the best way to do it. Because it's the whole thing about it is just it has so much tension.
Yeah.
And it's just that gets everybody of just suggesting that something could happen.
Yep.
But not sure.
Yep. Exactly.
I cannot figure out how to open this.
You didn't defeat all the enemies in it yet.
I beat this guy.
Well, beat him again.
Did I not beat this guy?
I don't think you did. I could be wrong. You might need to go all the way up to the top, too.
I went to the very top.
But yeah, so I've seen a bunch of slashers, but you know what I haven't seen is I haven't seen Nightmare on Elm Street, which I really want to because I've seen every Johnny Depp movie except for basically Nightmare on Elm Street. And I want to, and I haven't seen Friday the 13th, which is like the big other one.
Those are the big two.
Yeah.
Those on Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, I beat all the guys.
Have you taken down all the faces? Do you have to take down all the faces?
How do I do that again?
I
got to put on
your
my
boots on.
Boots. I'm going to stop. I'm not going to be able to get up here now. Yeah, no, it's this one probably. Incorrect.
Yeah, you probably just have to take them all down or something. Did you go all the way up?
There's a guy over there.
You haven't. Yeah, you still haven't killed everybody in the room yet. That's your.
Are they in the pots?
I just got this picture of like the highest bokoblin you could pot. Like he's literally in a pot. Like he's got a bog in there. like
yeah, you like go inside as like a chandelier. And, like he's got like a whole like 3 monitor setup in there. He's like,
with the rainbow like keyboard. And
kind of spacey in here.
Yeah, dude. When like.
Just a layer of smoke.
When Link gets in here, I'm gonna totally. I don't remember. Where's my snacks?
Quit moving around. Okay, got him.
Yeah, I bet you probably have to. I would take down all the masks and then I would destroy all the pots.
I should have known that when they gave me arrows.
Yeah, you also probably don't need to do fire arrows for bokoblins.
I realized that a while ago, and I still like cognitively didn't do anything about it.
You just have this desire to torture them. Oh gosh! All right, what are these? Oh, there it is.
Oh my god, dude!
People in the comments are gonna be pissed. There you go. I wish you guys could see Christian's face right now. He just like...
We're done. I'm happy we're done.
Alright, here's where we're getting the big key, I believe. Whoa!
But, yeah, anyway, I actually just saw...
nice pun.
Nightmare on... Don't you even. I'll get into that soon enough. I just saw that... Nightmare on Elm Street like last year. No, I saw Friday the 13th last year.
Oh, okay.
And I saw Nightmare on Elm Street like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
For the first time. And it feels like the streamline between like most of these movies is that like the first one is kind of like cinema, like it's kind of like the gold standard.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them, like immediately after that, they're all garbage. That just seems to be like how it goes now.
Well, we made money on the first one, so I guess we can just start crapping these suckers out.
It's like they didn't know they were gonna make money on the first one, and then they were like, they saw that it was insanely popular, and they were like, oh crap.
We can do something about this.
We need a plan.
Isn't so does that apply to Friday the 13th? Because the first one is about Jason's mom, and then the rest of them are just about...
I would say it's almost the opposite for Friday the 13th.
Okay.
Because the first one was nobody really remembers the first one.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like this thing. I don't even know if I saw it. I think I started with the second one, actually.
Oh, okay.
Because everybody said, he wasn't in it, and everybody said, it's, really slow, it's kind of boring. Mm-hmm. So I think I started with the second one.
Okay.
From there on, it's actually pretty, consistent throughout.
Uh-huh.
You're there just to see, Jason kill people.
Uh-huh.
And that's it. And that's it gives you some creative kills and stuff.
And it does that.
Yeah.
People die.
I just got to go get my car guy. Totally forgot about this.
I need to go get my car. you need a car to drive through. You just got a really bad accent. I can't get through this wind without my car.
Only have like a hick accent for that word. Where did I leave him? Watch him be at the top.
My car has a pretty good windshield.
Windshield.
Yes!
Yes!
But how, though? How did you do that? That was the most ridiculous thing.
Sometimes if you just go with your gut, you can just kind of like do the most absurd anomalies.
That's a good word for it. That was absurd.
All right, I have taken like 10 minutes to get through these one room.
Yeah, I don't know how you did that with Friday the 13th, because I gotta tell you, there is something deep in me, like deep in me, that will not ever allow me to watch something first that has a 2 on it or a 3 on. Like even if the first like 18 movies are awful, I have to watch the first 18 before I can watch number 17. Like, let's say, and some people really think this, but I don't think this. Let's pretend that out of the entire MCU, the only movie that was even watchable was Infinity War. Mm-hmm. Like, every single other one was a 2%. And everyone said, just don't watch them, just watch Infinity War. I would watch every last one. I would watch the entire MCU just so that I could see Infinity War. Because I can't stand the idea of, like, not getting just the tiniest little bit of context from earlier movies.
My thought on that is, like, you might be able to make an exception because these movies don't have, like, plot.
I can't do it. Just the fact that I know that it's Jason's mom in the first one and Jason in the second one makes me like I have to know why they made the decision to make Jason the main villain in the second one, and from then on out. I can't not do it. I have to do it.
I also am not aware of that, actually. It's also like a very much like kind of like whatever decision we think of, we're just gonna put it in the movie type of series. So like I'm pretty sure he's like dead. He like dies in the first one, and then he comes back in the second one, and he's alive. And that's that kind of thing. And then like later he dies again, and then he comes back if they like feel like bringing another movie in kind of thing. So like it's just like you can try to follow the plot if you so desire.
You got it. I can't not do it that way. I must. I have to.
I have a doctor's note.
I have a doctor's note. There is something in me. I'll put it like this. I've made this claim before, but I'm going to put it in context for you. There's a reason that I have read all 900 issues of Amazing Spider-Man. It's because everyone tells you, you can get into comic any old point, come on this jumping point. And I was like, nah, I gotta start from 1962's Amazing Fantasy 15 and go from there.
You know what I find interesting about that?
What?
You're also the one that says you always have to skip the first season when you watch a TV show.
No. Now that's only for sitcoms.
Oh, shoot.
So for a sitcom, like I always start in season 2 of every sitcom and then go back and watch season 1 as if it was the last season. Because sitcoms legitimately do not find their footing until the second season ever. And I don't know.
I would agree with that.
I agree. It's weird. It's weird that I can do it with the one but not with the other.
I would agree with that, though. Because,
yeah.
I mean, you could argue that about pretty much any show ever.
Yeah.
But the only show that I can think of that the first season is the best season is probably Stranger Things.
Okay.
Which you haven't seen.
Nope.
But literally anybody you ask will agree with me on that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I have a hard time thinking of literally anything that, like, the first season is the best one.
I would argue, I don't like this show anymore. But I would argue that, actually, I was going to say Once Upon a Time, but I'm going to go ahead and say everything that is made by J.J. Abrams. The first season or movie of that is the best one because it's the only one where he doesn't have to pay off any of the ideas he has. And he typically has really, really, really good ideas for that first season. So, like, I'm not the biggest fan of, like, I actually don't like Once Upon a Time, but I did at one point.
That was him?
The same team who made Lost.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he was exactly on that team or not, but I think he was.
Okay, I only saw that show like freaking 12 years ago, but I remember liking that show.
I really, really liked it when I was watching it, and then I tried to go back and see it again, and I was like, well, then I was trying to watch the more recent seasons, and I was like, this is awful. This show really went downhill. And then I went and I tried to watch the earlier stuff, and I was like, oh my God, it's always been awful.
Oh, really?
I didn't know it.
It's kind of sad, actually.
Well, I'm really interested to see how you get Makar and this box over this next section. And I can't wait to see it.
No.
This is the next episode of Windwaker. You know what to do.
And if you don't, ask someone.